this is working properly. It is. Alright, so we have a delay of 5 seconds, frames dropped, 0. Alright, so we're going to go over to here. We're going to type in pathways. I played this yesterday, by the way. I made sure to get the bad ending so that way I'd be recommended to an anti-terrorism unit in the UK. By the way, guys, this is what we call pathways. This is created by Seoul UK, and basically it is made to stop you from getting turned into an extremist. It's like, ooh, look, there's a free guide. This guide explains the rationale of the video, its relevance to, and contains further information and resources. Alright, let's go ahead and look through the teaching guide here. Introduction, the package concept, key terms, okay. Free resources, purchasable resources. The following definitions reflect updates made to the terminology by the UK government in March 2024, the promotion or advancement of ideology based on violence, hatred, or intolerance that claims to negate or destroy the fundamental rights and freedoms of others. So basically, if you say immigrants are coming over here in mass and are taking all of our jobs and all of our homes, that you can't say that because that is just you're not allowed to do that. That it's considered extremism. It's considered extremism. You're son of a fucking bitch. New definition of extreme. I didn't even notice that all this shit was going on in 2024. The threat from extremism has been steadily growing for many years while the government and its partner. Yeah, no, you want to know the extremists that you should be worried about? Yeah, the only extremism that you need to be worried about is one specific group. Mostly the fucking Shia. Let's see here. Social identity theory, Islamic. Yeah, yeah. Actually, wait. Hang on, chat. I got this. Hang on. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. What was it? It was the UAE pulls funding to UK. And by the way, this is recent. I should say. UA. There. Fuck you. All right, so said to slash scholarships to study in UK, citing fears of the Muslim Brotherhood. If you don't know, the Muslim Brotherhood are the same people that say that they're going to come to our country and outbreed us and take us over. So I want you all to know that yes, there still is Islamic extremism, and yes, they are still a problem. Okay? So whenever they say the new definition of extremism, I just want you to know what real extremism looks like. It looks like the motherfuckers that go out and bomb each other. It looks like this. Okay, forcing women to wear hijabs, otherwise they get killed. It looks like forcing women to stay silent. Okay? Here goes one of the reasons I don't like Islam and why I don't like Muslim culture as a whole. They all, almost all of them, oppress women in their society. And it's disgusting that people are still defending something that should have been wiped out years ago. So I just want y'all to know that. Yeah, they still oppress women over there. So let's go back to our free guide here. Undermine, overturn, or replace the UK's system of liberal. So basically, if you want to change this line right here, if you want to change the UK's ways, or if you just want to see change, that's extremism. You're not allowed to ask for change. Intentionally create a permissive environment for others to achieve results in one or two. There's nothing wrong with that. No. No. These are fine. You're allowed to do this. You're allowed to hate your government. There's nothing wrong with it. Terrorism. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one here. Oh my god, we're gonna get, demonetized. The current UK definition is set out to the Terrorism Act 2000, TAC 2000. In summary, this defines terrorism as the use or threat of serious violence against a person or serious damage to property, where that action is designed to influence the government or an international government organization. So you can't target the government, basically, or governmental organization cannot target any of those. That includes Seoul, UK. So if you criticize Seoul, UK, congratulations, you've committed terrorism for the purpose of advancing a political, religious, or yeah, you want to know what we should be advancing? Good Christian values, because these other ones, ooh, listen, I'm not all for genital mutilation of women, okay? You gotta realize this. Most of these Muslim countries come from sand, and that's all that they've known for their entire life. The process of a person legitimizing support for or use it. Yeah, don't support violence, obviously. Understanding the learning package. The package is a bespoke interactive learning package developed by Shoutout UK, the whole council, and the East Writing Council as part of a Prevent program funded by the Home Office. This game seeks to inform and educate young people between the ages of 11 to 18 years old. Okay, so you're just trying to essentially spread propaganda to the youth. That sounds about right. So these will embark on a journey with a first encounter with harmful ideology. They explore the outcomes of differing degrees of interaction with extremism. No, you're given a multiple choice. You're given 3 options each module. By the way, this game is it. I How does an HTML slideshow fucking lag? How? How? It shouldn't. How? It's HTML5. It's not hard to make a website. I took web design in school. If you don't know how to make an HTML game, what are you even hired for? Is your entire team like DEI hires? Hang on. Contact login funding about where? Look, they don't even have any of this. Oh, look, they even have opportunities. They're hiring people. What is Prevent? The package has been designed to educate young people about the Prevent program, which is part of the UK's counterterrorism effort contest. Prevent constitutes one of the 4 P's of counterterrorism: prevent, pursue, protect, prepare. Okay. Prevent is concerned with addressing extremism at both the individual and community level. Okay. Tailored support to those who may be at risk of radicalization. So who's at risk of radicalization? Prevent with education environments, of course, because you want to put this shit in schools, don't you? It's understood that those within educational professions are well positioned to identify signs of concerning behavior. So basically, this isn't required by teachers in the UK to show, but it's definitely saying that they should put this in their class. This entire thing is a waste of not only UK tax dollars, but of their time. By the way, I'm an American speaking on this. I thought I would go ahead and speak on it since, I at least know what freedom looks like. At the beginning of the interactive package, the user will select a character. The user will be required to make choices for the character they have selected, using their best judgment. They will be presented with 3 options in each scenario, which will trigger a corresponding outcome before leading the character to the next scenario. Oh hey, look, there's my waifu right there. Just like how I'm an American patriot, oh god, I look at Amelia and I'm like, she's a fucking patriot. Below outlines what educators and young people can expect from the package. Title page, choice scene, outcome scene, choice scene, outcome scene. This is literally all it is, by the way. Choice scene, outcome scene, choice scene, outcome scene, choice scene, outcome scene. And it's just that for 6 scenarios. And then it'll say an informational. And then it also has end of game / restart. But the thing is, the restart doesn't even function, or at least it didn't last night whenever I tried to do it, to where I, tried to get the quote unquote good ending, aka I just got complete. Even whenever you get the good ending, the game does not want to let you have that. Even the game knows that it's propaganda, it knows that it isn't. Sorry, I'm putting in a new Zen. Best way for me to put it is, this is all just one big propaganda piece. I don't know how else to explain it. It genuinely is. Let's see here. Scenario 1, Introduction to Extremist Content Online, a stranger on a gaming webpage. I mean, and the thing is, they're like, oh, do you download the random person's video? Most people just say no. Like, nobody cares to download random videos. Scenario 2, making connections between online ideas and real-life events. The character begins making comparisons between himself and a co-student at the college who belongs to a different racial group. They recall the ideas within the video and begin to make connections. The user must decide. Okay, so let's see here. The character begins making comparisons between himself and a co-student at college who belongs to a different racial group. Okay, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. You're like, oh, look, me and this black dude have the same, like upbringing or something like that. I think that's great. I don't see it as a problem. Scenario 3, extreme right-wing propaganda on social media. Let's see here. The character encounters a video in which they demonizes those from other races, nationalities, and cultures. Oh no, that sounds bad, doesn't it? It shows white British veterans are suffering on the streets whilst people abroad are given lots of state support. And this is extreme right-wing propaganda, even though it's true. It's happening. It literally is happening. And this is, let's see here, total number of illegal aliens 14.3, total spending on illegal, let's see here, total spending on illegal immigration 132 billion. Do they have citations? They do. Oh yes, I love this website. They have citations. I love this. Let's see your total number of veterans. 19.5 million total spending in veterans in FY or physical year. 217 billion. Estimated amount of money necessarily to necessary to properly resource veterans' needs in fiscal year 2021. 243 billion. Total number of let's see here, 7 million estimated number of veterans unemployed slash under, yeah, so 1.2 million. We could get rid of 1.2 million of these illegal aliens and we could send them elsewhere because these guys need those jobs. Total number of veterans homeless or at risk of becoming homeless, 1.5 million. That number should make you sad. Because there are houses for them. It really is just bad. Genuinely bad. Like, that we can't even house our own veterans. Invitations to an illegal protest at a whole war memorial. I don't think that there is anything wrong with going to a protest. I'm sorry, UK. I thought free speech was still alive and well in your country. Hang on. Here we go. Keir Starmer. Free speech is alive and well in the UK.
Well, this is embarrassing. When you have...
I mean,
Boys in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house, there's some whores in this house.
sorry guys, we went a little bit off topic.
Well,
yeah, no, he says, oh man, yeah, no, it protects free speech jealously and fiercely. This is coming from Arab News, by the way. But I find it absolutely hilarious that he says this. And then he's like, you're not allowed to host a protest against illegal immigration. You're not allowed to do that. Lesson planning, you'll find advice on how to deliver a constructive lesson for young people. Follow and engage this teacher guide to facilitate this learning package can be found at shoutout.uk.org/pathways. Devices with access to the internet such as phones, tablets, computers, please let's see here. Please note that the learning package can be completed as an individual, pairs, or in small groups. I don't know that. No, you shouldn't do that in groups. You should do that solo. Introductory questions. Support during it would be helpful for the educator, where possible, to be available for young people to ask questions as they proceed through the scenarios. Whilst the young people in question are likely to have varying understandings of the terms on-hand, support would be or would help the message of the package be onboarded. AKA, if there is an adult around, they can tell you how you're supposed to perceive this package. If unsure, this guide can be used to steer your answers about terminology or the role. Okay, let's see here. Let's go and scroll down here. Post-package discussion and activities. At what point do you think Charlie would have benefited from support? What would you like to know more about? Whose responsibility do you think it is to support people who might be tempted to engage with extremism? What do you think what do you think what do you think you should do if someone you know is engaging with extremism? What advice would you give someone like Charlie? Okay. Further activities include assessing/creating hypothetical case studies to discuss with peers, exploring various prevent supports, i.e., how can family support tackle particular vulnerabilities. Okay. So we have the free resources here. Safe for Me, Co. UK, Portfolio, Prevent Radicalization and Extremism, Extremism Lesson Plan, Twinkle Glossary of Radicalization of Extremism. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your glossary of extremism and radicalization. Hey, yeah, thanks for fucking doxing me, you prick. The resource guides KS4 classes through how to recognize and prevent extremism and support. This includes issues such as misogyny. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. They're talking about, oh, you can't talk about misogyny. Misogyny is so bad. Misogyny is so bad. Hang on. European Network Against Racism. Shut the fuck up. No. And look, this one's written by the Arab Center. Get out of here. Let's see here. There we go. No, Islam is not inherently misogynistic. Then why do they force them? Then why do they force them to wear fucking headpieces? Huh? Huh? Male authority and discipline. This is the most frequently cited verse. Traditional interpretation describe the quamum. Okay, I don't fucking care whatever that word is. Managers/protectors over women, a role justified by men's financial provision in God's favor. So basically, it's just saying that, yeah, it's because men are richer, and it's because God favors men more. This verse also outlines a sequence of actions for addressing nushuz, disloyalty or misconduct in a wife. Gender include, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, because if your wife, so I can understand beating the shit out of your wife if she's disloyal, but at the same time, just for misconduct, you get to strike your woman. Ah, yes, let's hit women because they don't behave the way that we want them to. Male typically inherits a share twice that of a female, 410. Testimony in legal matters. Some interpretations of the Quran, don't say some, it's just the interpretation of the Quran, suggests that the testimony of 2 women is required to equal that of 1 man. Polygamy permits men to marry up to 4 wives, provided they are treated justly, but this right is not extended to the women. Verse 228 states that women have rights similar to those of men, but men have a degree of responsibility and advantage above them. Hadith, saying and traditions of the Prophet, many arguments for misogyny stem not just from the Quran, but from the Hadith collections, which contain numerous statements, often seen as demeaning to women. Actually, let's go ahead and look up women's oppression in the Hadith. God, I love Google AI right now. I love Google AI. It just takes all that shit and it puts it right out there in front of you. Deficiency in intelligence slash religion, a widely cited hadith in Sahih Bakrai describes women as being deficient in intellect and religion. Basically, they're just saying these women, these bitches dumb as fuck, but I mean, so are the men. Some interpretations suggest that this is a reflection of women's exempt status from certain prayers during menstruation. So, if you're on your period, you can't pray to your prophet that married a 6-year-old and consummated that marriage at 9. Prostration and obedience. A hadith states that if the prophet were to command anyone to prostrate before someone else, he would have commanded women to prostrate before their husbands. So basically, you have to bow to your husband like he's a king. Okay, that one's not too bad, I guess, but at the same time, not my type of thing. A hadith claims that a nation will not succeed if they place their affairs in the hands of a woman. Based, but at the same time, kind of fucked up, don't you think? While grounded in the Quran, supporting hadiths are often cited, such as those where a woman's testimony is considered half that of a man, and yeah, obviously we saw that one. Travel and movement restrictions on women traveling without a mahram, a male relative, are found in some narrations. But you want to know what's kind of funny? That is still being followed. And then if we go ahead and look at contextualizing and challenging the interpretations, it's just some scholars, critics, many. And then if we look at this, the role of the Prophet's wife Aisha was a prominent scholar and narrator of hadith, often correcting other companions, which is used to argue against the idea that women are inherently inferior in intellect or religious understanding. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh my god. Yes. Hey, Aisha, remember whenever you started correcting other women at the age of 6 throughout 9? Yeah, and then... And then for... Oh man, yeah, no. And this is their religion you want to stop us from being radicalized against, Pathways? These are the people you want us to not criticize? Taking our homes, coming into our country en masse, outbreeding us? This? Okay. Well, anyways, guys. Let's get on to actually playing the game. Press start. We're just gonna skip through these because we already know what it does. I'm a dude. Alright, let's do this.
Charlie was enjoying an online game with friends.
Yeah, he's playing some Minecraft, alright.
Charlie had not long started attending a new college in East Riding, and they were so relieved to have made new friends having recently left school. Charlie has started browsing new games and websites that some of the new friends use.
Did the audio just lag? Charlie has started browsing new games and websites that some of the new friends use. I'm turning off this fucking British narrator. I cannot stand it. Sometimes, though, the people on these websites say things that seem off or even slightly concerning. Yeah. That's normal. That is the internet. Someone on this website has encouraged Charlie to download a video, but Charlie is unsure. Yeah, we're gonna download the video. Charlie wanted to continue being part of their new online community. Charlie downloaded the video and shared it with different people online. Why? Charlie felt relieved and happy that people were liking the video and also sharing it. Well, you want to know what? People liked it. Deep down, Charlie wasn't sure if this was the right thing to do, as some of the ideas in the video were extreme and violent. Oh, you mean like the ones that we just covered? It's important to remember that downloading or streaming certain content can lead to a terrorist offense conviction. What? Oh no. Hey, if you watch this video, you'll get charged with terrorism, kid. Charlie is receiving an important grade on a piece of work they submitted for their hospitality course at What the fuck is hospitality? Prepares for careers in hotels, restaurant, and tourism and events. So basically, my character's a pussy. Alright. Charlie put in a lot of effort for this work and is excited to receive good feedback. Charlie takes a seat in class and waits to get their grade. To their disappointment, Charlie doesn't do as well as they expected. They got a 60 out of 100 for their work, but they wanted at least 75. To make matters worse, somebody else. So this person got a job offer day one after getting 80 out of 100. Really? Charlie has applied to dozens of jobs, but hasn't had any luck yet. Somebody else in the class tells Charlie that